Load into a new world, and what is the first thing we always do? Create aeronautics. A beautiful world where what you create comes to life. Anything you can imagine can be made. Unless you have an engineering degree, most of your creations end up lovingly janky and functional in non-intended ways. I am, of course, not exempt to this de facto rule. Follow along as I explore, design, innovate, struggle, and most importantly, create. I had attempted to load so many chunks at once. I thought I was being so smart, like, oh, I'll just quickly load a bunch of chunks at the start of the world so that when I load in, I can actually have a nice horizon. But as it turns out, that takes a lot of memory. So I had to drastically increase the amount of memory I had assigned to my Minecraft instance for it to load properly. Let's say we're on like day one though. So maybe when my like computer screen went to sleep, because even though it did that, it was still generating chunks for distant horizons, so I could actually still load up. Also, it's like so pitch black. I did not even realize that. Yeah, you guys probably can't see anything, can you? Now you can. Oh, why is there a blind creeper? Seagulls, the evil mob. They only exist to ruin your day. What are these things doing? I don't even know if I can see them. You know what? I've loaded a bunch of chunks with distant horizons. Let's go exploring. I'm swinging my fist right now, but it's not letting you see that. That looks like a village over there. It is nice just having the horizon be full. You know what? You are a terrible horse. Become my leather. There may just be another village over there. Maybe. Oh, wow, you can just totally see all the villages. That's actually awesome. I wonder how I tame crows. Thank goodness I spawned in with this dictionary. Looks like crows can be tamed with pumpkin seeds, and then they're basically like Allay copper golems. Oh, I think that's a shipwreck over there. Some mysterious one block tall pillar. Now, obviously, as the great conqueror, I'm going to take whatever I want. Why is there so many eyeless mobs? Where are their eyes? I don't even know what mod added that actually. I thought, oh, maybe it's just the creeper was blind. Why do none of them have eyes? Yeah, where are your eyes? What? What? This is low-key a little scary, actually. Hey, look, raccoons. Go bucket and a shield. Wait, are these always planked off? Huh, maybe they are. The the eye thing is actually kind of bothering me. Like, why do none of them have eyes? And I think I figured out what it was. I just disabled the fresh animation packs I had. It was in beta anyways, so it's too bad it doesn't work, but at least now I do not have to worry about looking at blind villagers and every other mob. Now, I don't really like this village, but still, consider yourselves conquered by me. Oh, there's a mangrove swamp here? I do like mangrove. As annoying as these trees are to farm, they do look nice. Are you all... Okay, I'm gonna have to look up what the monkeys do later. Oh, they're all capuchin monkeys. I do unfortunately have to stay up a little bit this night because I need string to be crafting stuff. Hello, spider. Sneaking into the pillager outpost. And we're in. Let's go check out this other one. Oh, this one's good too. Oh, I see. This is the Mine Colonies mod. Yeah, I was a little worried. I thought they were going to do a lot more damage because they're holding axes, but appears that is not the case. I'm going to greed a little more. Let's go back. Oh my goodness, wait, that's awesome. Appears there's some really good loot in there that I actually have to come back for. See, this is where the good loot is. Oh, I did not realize they could reach me up there. Okay, time to test out the bridging strategy again, but this time a little bit higher. Ah, but now I can't reach them. This is like doing a Scientology speedrun. Okay, we got rid of the Archer Barbarian ones, the most annoying ones. Now I just need to clear out the camp. Alright, I've officially conquered and raided this Barbarian outpost as well. Let's upgrade my backpack. Okay, there's obviously a whale there, which is very cool. And a village over there. I'm gonna go conquer that village. Ooh, that could be a good horse, actually. That is a much better horse than the one earlier. Okay, I've quickly installed a backport for the saddle crafting recipe because I realized I'm in 1.21.1, not 1.21.11. It is so much faster, and it's got a fairly good jump. An okay jump, we'll say. Boom, there we go. Now, I know I did say I'm going to be conquering the world with Create Aeronautics, and you might be wondering, why haven't you used any Create Aeronautics yet? I have a copper pickaxe. I, I can't do anything yet. I've got to gather some resources first. And, having a great horse is actually part of that. Because, you want to explore the world and conquer everything. Just realized, I'm not poor. I can craft an iron pickaxe. I think this is a good base location, right here on top of this hill. I can do lots of stuff with up here. I see a future in that whole this bay area, this section. There's a village nearby. So I'm already the king of a village. I've already conquered this village, of course. It's completely mine under my control. Now I just need to start, well, advancing the civilization with Create Aeronautics. What is the first thing I'm going to do? Well, let's obviously build my house overlooking the entire village, of course. I just mined 3 stacks of granite, not andesite. You might be thinking, wait, but don't you need andesite for all crate machines? Yes, that's exactly why I'm mining granite, because I won't feel bad about building with it. Alright, I've quickly returned from my epic mining session. Strangely enough, I feel like I'm missing items. Like, there should be something in here. Like, I feel like there should be a blast furnace in here, but I don't remember where I got it from. Oh, yoink. Blast furnace was then promptly forgotten there forever. It would appear as though all of the villagers here, except for one, has mysteriously died. So I am going to go and get a couple villagers from a different village. Normally it would be really hard to do, but I think I should be able to move them with an animal cart. Ooh, I might not have even been to this village yet. First off, yoink. Oh my goodness. So you do steal my food. Oh my. Oh, the evilest creatures. There we go. We now have 2 farmers, and I believe it may be time for me to go and get 2 more. Sure, having a villager breeder is nice, and great for having villagers, but the problem is, I need 2 more villagers, like, now. What happened to the other guy? There was one in here already. I don't know where it went. Never mind. I see where it went. Good thing I brought 3 villagers. Let's open up the trapdoor. Now, hopefully, this should work. Maybe the zombie's not close enough. You know what? Maybe I need to wait for them to start sleeping first. You know what? That seems reasonable. I think once it turns nighttime, which should be pretty quick here, they'll start to sleep, and then as their head hits the pillow, they will be scared by the zombie. And an iron golem did spawn. Okay, so it's working. Yippee, we have an iron farm. Time to craft up some currently very expensive andesite alloys. Iron block. Boom, and there we go. We are now pressing metals. Boom, and we have the wrench too. And the saw. Come on then, let's go horse. Let's go chop down some trees. Looks like I ended up using andesite after all. Does look nice though, don't get me wrong. My house is still not done, as I actually do need to gather a little bit more resources. I need some clay, and I'm also just gonna grab a bunch of wool as well, because I need that too. And we might as well get myself a sleeping bag. And the dog. This is what I was looking for. Okay, so I might have vastly overestimated how much daub I needed, but it's a nice building block regardless, so it's worth having a bunch of it. Now, the view from the village. Yes, my house is definitely towering over top of them. I've officially, well, I'd already officially conquered this village. Um, but I've also built myself a nice little villager breeder, which, oh look, it's working now. And an iron farm. Of course, none of these villagers were actually native to this village. That's because the one that was died in that boat with the zombie and then burned to death. And then the other three of actually the other five are from a village all the way over there. That's right. I went and I conquered that village too, and I took their people. Although I haven't used Create Aeronautics yet, and I do want to get using Create Aeronautics. So I have to quickly start using that. I need a lot of wool for anything with flaps or simulated flaps or symmetrical flaps. And I need a little bit of redstone for some of the stuff. And I need a lot of brass for all the smarter components, which means I need to go to the nether. But I'm going to see if I can create a contraption first. Because I don't want to do it. I'm basically playing Minecraft normally at this point. I need to use Create Aeronautics and go to sleep. Okay, I need to suggest my first citizen to become a cleric. Why is there two of them? Why are there two children? Why did you have, why did you have another child? You only have 3 beds. Oh well, they'll make their way back here eventually. And when they do, one of them might end up as a cleric. Why are you in my house? You know what? If they're going to be in my house, I might as well just leave the brewing stand in here. Now to try and grow the mangrove propagoules I stole earlier. Now I really hope this works. Oh, it cuts down the whole tree? That's actually awesome. This turns mangrove wood into like an S tier wood now. Now that it's actually really easy to farm. Oh, I'm so gonna be using this. I do gotta be careful though, because doing it like that does not give me propagules again. I need to make a propagule farm for that. Are you citizen number 1? No, you're just a villager. But you know what? You get to be citizen number 2. Let's also grab some furnaces. Ooh, we're getting a furnace tower. So I just need a little bit of smooth stone for future crafting endeavors. A couple andesite alloys. Yoink. Andesite casing. Some shafts. Cogwheels. And a millstone. Now let's mill down some poppies to hopefully get some green dye. And we got some. I just stole a beehive and I am taking it home. Okay, I'll put the beehive like here next to my crops. They can pollinate my crops for me. Oh yeah, also I planted crops. All right, let's do a little bit of caving. Oh, hello, mob spawner. Skeleton. I'm just gonna use that. And an artifact. You know what? I am absolutely gonna use this spawner for something later. And especially since it's so close to my base. You know what? I'll just quickly take this and move it a little bit closer to my base at the start of the cave. That way I can just come and get it. Oh, hello, zombie villager. Hello. You can stay there for now, because all of my villagers keep mysteriously dying. Make sure to light up the area a little bit so that no skeletons spawn when don't want them to. But I should be able to do something with this and blaze spawners whenever I get those too. Oh, my honey has finished well, accumulating. Okay, time to smelt up the sand. Bottles. Boop. Oh shit, I forgot to oh no, I forgot to campfire at first. They didn't sting me. They're still very much mad at me, but they'll survive. Okay, I've got one honey bottle. I just need one more now to make honey glue. Alright, it is absolutely time for me to make my first stack upgrade. I have to do it in a crafting table. Boom, there's one. Grab a bunch of copper. And boom, there we go. There's stack upgrade number one. Now I get slightly more space in my bag. Okay, let's craft up a handle. Boom. Take a single wool block. Take a single stair block. And now some of you might know where I'm going with this. Craft up another andesite ingot. Wool block. And then some sticks. And then some symmetric sails. Now, we're almost at the materials now. Let's get some industrial iron. Make some rope couplings. And some rope connectors. Now these are all the ingredients I need for the simple build that I've got coming up. I'm also going to go ahead and grab all of these to make 64 blaze burners. My armor's not looking too hot. Maybe we'll make some upgrades quickly before we go. Thanks to my handy dandy iron farm, I don't have to worry about copper armor anymore. Yoink yoink yoink. Yoink yoink yoink. I'm in full iron now. There we go. Okay, my mic wasn't on earlier, but as you can see, I've constructed the Troll Physics flying machine and we found our first fortress. It is extremely dangerous and wonky to be flying around on this thing. But it looks like we've successfully landed it. We've landed it in a fortress. See if I can try and turn this thing around so that I can get ready to go home with it. And now it is turned around, so I should hopefully be able to go home with this thing. I'm gonna take some mushrooms and glowstone while I'm here. And some nether quartz. I'm gonna need a lot of quartz for pink quartz crystals. Or red quartz crystals. Oh, I see a spawner there. Oh, and there's one right here. That is how you get 64 blaze burners. Now to just get a couple blaze rods too. And red mushrooms. And it looks like we've been sent back home, leaving our little flying machine there. Or, clear the chat. And we've made it home safely, successfully, sort of. A little burnt at the edges. Okay, let's quickly craft up a campfire. I suck at this. Grab another bottle. And there we go. We now have 2 whole bottles of honey, which I can use to get honey glue. You You know what I need to do? I need to get a real power station going. I need to get some actual, some motion in this ocean. And by that, I mean, let's get some kelp real quick. Let's also take this too. Put this beehive down over here as well. And smelt up a little bit of kelp. There is a spout, an item drain, a bunch of pipes, and a cogwheel. The cogwheel's to make a pump. Let's put the item drain there, that there, into a spout. We'll take the depot from, put this out here. Now let's put the honey in. Oh, there we go. We've got 2 bottles of honey in there. Now the spout is full. Pick up our iron sheets. And boom, we've got honey glue now. Now we can assemble contraptions. Well, I could already assemble a contraption. It's just now I can build it and then assemble it. We have a bunch of fluid tanks now. Actually, let's try to make ourselves a little jetpack. Oh, we got a hydraulic engine. And we now have a jetpack. Whee! And there we go, we can now fly. A little bit. No, the beehive. Did I just chop it down? Okay, I cleared out all the trees I planted because I am going to need some space. And there is something that I have to check. Can I push a physics entity through a portal? It might be a good idea to actually make it like that first. Okay. They do not go through the portals. This does mean that, unfortunately, I'm going to have to collect some lava a semi-old-fashioned way. I could create a machine for it, but what's the point if it's not a physics machine? A villager! There's a villager there! One of them survived! Which one is it? It's just a random villager. It's not citizen number 1 or 2, and it's not one of the farmers either. You know what, let's put a fuel tank right here. Actually, we'll make this one a little bit smaller. Now that's better for a fuel tank. Okay, let's hope this is fast enough. And it is. Okay, this is slightly cheaper andesite alloys. Villager, I'm not sure how you survived on this ledge specifically, but I need you to come become a cleric for me, pretty please. Oh yes, welcome. Yes! And redstone is exactly what I needed, because I did not want to go mining for just a tiny little bit of redstone. Craft up some light blue dye, and some lime dye. Yes, I can use the dough and lime dye to get slime balls, so I can also get super glue and honey glue. Boom, now we have super glue and honey glue. And the lime blue dye, or light blue dye, I mean, was to craft a schematic. Now, do not show... Well, I can show the outline at least. You can see just how big this build I'm building is gonna be. Absolutely monstrous. Might even be better to build it down there. A dispenser. And boom, a schematic cannon. Now let's place down the schematic cannon. Craft up a clipboard. And this is our materials list. 16 pages. This is going to be one huge grind. Time to construct where my mine shaft will be going. First though, it looks like I will actually need to go mining just normally first. I did some mining for some andesite, and now we're going to craft a rope pulley, a windmill bearing, craft up a bunch of andesite alloys, and now it works. There we go. Sure, it's ugly, but I want at least a little bit of automatic power besides those water wheels for now. I also need to craft a compass. I can't believe I forgot about that. And it's time to craft up an antique atlas. It does not have, like, all the stuff I explored because I just crafted it, but it's still nice to have all the same. And now I can afford to craft up a bunch of drills. Whew. Definitely not a small amount. And not enough drills either. Oh no. Well, time to craft some more. And you know what? Just to speed this up a little bit, let's get another whisk going. That is all my andesite getting crafted up there. Hopefully I should have enough andesite now to successfully craft all the drills I need. Let's go 53 more. I'm definitely not holding back on the drill usage. There we go. 18 drills left over. I'm sure I'll find a use for those later. Now time to use one of my precious redstone. Make a directional gear shift. Put that on there. Grab 2 levers. Another windmill bearing. Take these alloys back out. Put a blaze burner under one of them. Then we will combine a bit of copper and zinc. Yoink, make 1 brass casing. The windmill bearing there. We'll make a brass hand so we can make a deployer once I get enough redstone, which I do not have. You know what, since I do not currently have the rotation speed controller that I wanted, we will just put this here, like this. And there we go. Now we've got our drill activated, although this is why we want the directional gear shift. I forgot to glue it all together. There we go. Now it should all be glued together. Yep, now it's all working. Alright, gamers, I think it has been sufficiently long enough. Oh, we went through a geode as well. Our mining drill should be coming up now, and with lots of good little loot and stuff. Mostly stone and blocks and stuff, but I want that too. Look, our first diamonds. Plenty of useful goodies in here. Now, ironically, what I really wanted the redstone for was to get these rose quartz. Give myself some electron tubes. And you know what, while I'm at it, might as well craft myself up some diamond gear. Let's craft an elevator controls. An elevator pulley. Some contraption controls. I just realized I can craft a deployer now. Yoink. Alright, it's precision mechanism time. Yoink, we got one. Now we have a rotation speed controller. And there goes all of my redstone, but luckily it works out, I guess. Okay, boom. Alright, I have completed my little elevator here. I've got my different levels I can go to. And bedrock is here. So this is where I'm going to be building my tunnel bore machine and then boring stuff out. And then if I want to, I can bring it back onto the elevator, which is why I made it so big. And then I can bring it all the way back up to the surface. Boom, we're back at the surface. And also I'm making up some pulp because I need a better storage system. And there's a reason I was getting all this cardboard. For packagers. Transmitter. I'm gonna craft a bunch of item vaults. Okay, let's make another stock link. Now we have the stock ticker. Okay, the storage system is now working. I just put stuff in here and then request stuff and it comes out here. Like, let's say I want the lapis and seeds. There it is. Now I've cleared out my inventory a little bit and put a bunch of stuff inside the storage. Now it is time to conglomerate all this stuff into that storage as well. Now our little chest monster is gone, and our storage is now full of junk. But once I start getting item filters and list filters, I can start filtering all these things, which I got a lot quicker than I thought because they're actually kind of cheap. Just finished adding the quick little support pillars to this base and a little bit of staircases. Nice little subtle improvement using a bunch of andesite though, which is kind of expensive because I need andesite. I have gathered up enough resources to craft myself an enchanting table. Boom. This tree bark I can craft some paper. Admittedly, not a lot of paper. We use straw to make canvas to try and make some books, which I could not make very many of. Oh well, small enchants are better than no enchants. Now, I think I should be able to send to hopefully get all the materials on the checklist that I have in here, which is nowhere near as much as I thought I had. Quick little sugarcane farm because I am out of paper. And yoink, 3 precision mechanisms. Okay, horsey, we need to go and get some spruce wood. Ooh, dripstone. I do actually need a lot of dripstone and coal too. And look, we've encountered our first spruce biome. Alright, now in theory, I should be able to make engines like this. Never mind, it appears I don't have enough strength for it. There we go, now I am absolutely processing engine assemblies. Automatically too. Although, maybe I should actually put this in a building. Yeah, I made a couple tweaks, so now it's fully automatic. I had to replace that with belts, and then add a filter here so only the incomplete ones come back and go do another lap. Boom, there is our red portable engines. Let's go ahead and have a stack of them try and create here, because there is a good chance that it produces scrap. There we go, and now I've got all the materials for my first airship, not my main one. Oh, and I do have some gunpowder. Thank goodness. Okay, here we go. We're printing. And it finished. It only took 2 gunpowder. Spectacular. Actually, let's flatten out the ground below it first, just in case. Okay, let's grab our assembler. Boom. Oh no, it's going up. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, it flies at least. I should have known when I got the advancement for it. Well, I guess I've got to figure out a way to get up there. Oh, my first failed precision mechanism. Alright, now let's see if this works. I'm going to craft myself a plunger gun so that I can hopefully stick it to it and then stick it to the ground and bring it together. Alright. No, it doesn't reach. Okay, maybe we'll stick to the ground first. How about? Flap as high as I can. Oh, it's just short. Well, I guess that means we do this the old-fashioned way. I just pillar up. which is admittedly a lot quicker. Oh, now it's pulling it down, although right into my pillar. Okay, let's lower this a little bit. And now we're on the ground safely. Now I can just put on my handles that I wanted to put on earlier. We've got the little holding bay down here with some beds, because the purpose of this airship is to go and rescue villagers from their very dangerous villages that they live in. And I get an achievement for that too. Now let's test this out. Wait, first, I'm gonna want to create myself some goggles. I can't believe I haven't done that yet. Ooh, now we have some aviator goggles, so now I should be able to see things like analog pressure values. Like this one's at 0.15 strength. I take it up, and it tells me the fill and the lift and how we're gonna go. We've got our altitude sensor here, tells me what height we're at. This tells us how fast we're going, specifically in the forward direction. And then these are just speed controllers and gear shifts. So this is a completely manual little airship here. No redstone controllers or link controllers, but we've got our gear shifts and our clutches. So this is forwards, and then these ones are for left and right, but I could have them all go forwards at the same time too. Oh, you can sleep on the simulated contraptions too, that's cool. And it looks like I can set my spawn point here too. Although, yep, I gotta be careful. Sleeping in these beds actually just gets you stuck. Okay, let's lift off. Now let's fuel these engines with mangrove roots, because I just have so many of them. Ooh, it does only give me 15 minutes of airtime though. We've got our rear motors going. Looks like we're sinking. I need to raise the power here a little bit. Now if I disengage these, yep, we're going forward even faster. Oh, a whole 9 meters per second. Which is faster than running, but slower than my horse. And then if I want to turn, I can just gear shift this, which does not look like it is working actually. Oh, that's right, because I need to do this. Whoa, that's way too fast. Whoa, we turn quick with that. It might actually be easier to just turn them off for a second. And now we've got our course set for the village over there that we can rescue some more villagers from. Oh, this is pretty cool. And I guess it actually is kind of just as fast as the horse, because I don't have to navigate the terrain. I just gotta go straight there, and then, well, come straight back. You can see the village coming into view. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Okay, let's slowly start to lower ourselves as well. Oh, this is awesome. Slow down a little bit. Okay, we are over the village-ish now. So I'm going to bring ourselves to a stop here. And I am very riskily standing on the edge. You know what? Let's slowly start to lower ourselves. Let's go ahead and put this guy below deck. Now he's not technically in that seat, like I can push him around because the simulated contraption seats don't work very well. But he can't get out of here. So that's a good thing. Okay, I think I have successfully rescued everyone in the village, including the nitwit. Even the nitwit is not safe from my rescuing. Let's get up into the sky, and these still have power, only for another 2 minutes though. Now, of the 16 beds I went and picked up, I only managed to get nine villagers. I had already taken a few. I know I took at least 3, I'm pretty sure. But even still, I guess that's a okay amount of villagers. Actually, I should probably check to make sure that they haven't, like, fallen off or anything. Uh, where'd the other guys go? Well, it looks like 9 went down to 5. I don't know where the other 4 went. I didn't think they fell off, but I guess they did. Now our course is set pretty much straight back to our base. And boom, a perfect landing. And when we went from 9 to 4 to Or 9 to 5, and then 5 to 3. So we lost another 2 villagers somewhere along the way. Apparently my contraption isn't as safe as I think it is, even though, like, where are they? Like, where are the villagers literally going? Like, they're trapped in here. Oh, well, that's what I thought, but oh well. Now we get another 2 villagers, because there's a nitwit as well. I wonder if I can have this hover a little bit off the ground. Like, where I can still reach it with my jetpack, but also where it's, like, not fully landed. Okay, we're up at 10. How high do we go? Sitting around 116, which I think I can reach from the ground. Like, let's say I fly up. Oh yeah, I can actually just fly all the way up here. Okay, I like that. Let's go ahead and give the villagers at least some place to stay for now. Well, the nitwit's in with the sheep. You know what? You can stay in there. And one of the 3 villagers appears to have wandered off somewhere, because I cannot find the other one. You know what? I see you've chosen to get trapped. Now, please become a toolsmith for me. Whenever you're ready. Seriously though, where did the other villager go already? Yeah, did I mention I was making a tree farm? Because I'm making a tree farm. Craft a cart assembler, a plow, and let's steal this deployer as well. Now, while this is technically a tree farm, it does actually kind of suck because I don't have any deployers right now. So whenever I run out of trees here, I have to actually come back and plant more saplings. But luckily, I think that's all right for now. Oh, I did not know you could breed bees with propagules. Maybe it works for any other sapling too, but I thought you could only breed them with flowers. Oh, the bee died. We are now down to our final bee, and I am going to move him away from the tree farm because he can obviously just be killed over there. Oh. With at least 200 attached blocks. That was my elevator, man! Oh well. Good to know that it assembled like that, I guess. Look, a deep slate coal ore. It's obviously too rare for me to mine up. No! It placed the wrong way! Oh, dang it. At least it didn't destroy my storage system. Oh, this is an Alex's cave structure. I think. Probably? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, there's the Spelunker's table. First, so let's see if I can find a cave tablet. Yes! 6 of them, too. What do I use them for? Cave tablets with paper gives me the cave codex. And these ones are for the magnetic caves, I guess. Also gonna take a couple books. Let's try one. Boom, got it in the first word. Boom. Okay, so it is a magnetic caves. And I can take this with me. Okay, I can take this with me. That means I'll be doing this later at home. Might as well take a blast furnace. Okay, I made it home. I did translate some cave codexes already. Or cave tablets, and it's time for me to translate even more. Okay, so I got another cave codex. Now, if I use this, it adds stuff to the cave compendium, I guess until it's full. But I can also use one and craft it to get a map to it. Okay, I've finished translating all of the cave codexes. And we finally... Huh. I should have unlocked everything in this thing already. Well, with the remaining cave codex, I'm obviously going to create a map. Oh, wow. Okay, none of these biomes within 16,000 block. Well, I'll remember that. Next has got to be... Oh yeah, I'm in diamond armor, by the way. I traded with some villagers for a little bit. But anyway, up next, I think we are going to be building a town hall for mine colonies. And I think this sort of flat stretch of land here is where I kind of want to put it. Except it's not as flat as I would like, so I just crafted myself up a Efficiency 3, Fortune 1, Unbreaking 2, Diamond Shovel, and now it's time to start flattening out some landscape. Oh, I thought Efficiency 3 was fast enough to insta-mine this. Give me 1 second. And now we have an Efficiency 4 one. There we go. Now it's insta-mine. Quick little intermission from flattening down the area. I decided it was taking too long, so now I am crafting up crushing wheels to turn into mechanical rollers so that I can put them on a train or some sort of other contraption and just completely flatten that level out. I also converted the automatic engine assembly creator into a track line assembly, so now I'm just printing a little bit of tracks slowly. All right, I've created a simple recreation of what happened, I think, on the world that caused it to crash. So we've got a chipped cobblestone brick here, and then we're gonna have a moving contraption try to mine it. Okay, that worked. I thought that was not gonna work. I thought that was just gonna straight up break. That's actually a little confusing for me now because that's what I thought was causing the crash. Because the logs were saying like the chipped cobblestone bricks were what caused the crash. Well, sort of. It was like weird loading render errors. I really thought that was gonna just completely crash my game there. Oh, that is so weird. I thought that was for sure gonna crash my game. I genuinely have no idea then. That's so weird. I thought for sure that was the reason why. But it's not. Or maybe it is, and it only happened because it was like on a larger world with more complex stuff than this creative testing world. Okay, I've removed the chip mods, and hopefully I can get back into my survival world. Okay, we loaded back in. All of the chip blocks have been deleted. You can see like the completely black shadows. Like what's the light level here? 4. When it's like literally right next to a torch. It's because these aren't updated. But yeah. Okay, I need to disconnect that. It's going the wrong way. And yep, you can see pretty much all of my platform has been completely deleted because I used the chipped, mostly cobblestone bricks and cobblestone variants for it. I had some here encasing this lava and the platform. Besides that, I didn't really use chip that much. I had nothing up here actually, so this is completely the same. This platform is destroyed. It is called a stationary contraption, so if I right click on this, I should be able to try and rebuild it. Oh yeah, the wall I had built was completely destroyed. Besides those things, it seems to be that we can sort of, oh, and that's right, because there's semi-fake, completely dark spots now because of the chips blocks being removed. So I have to go and place a bunch of other blocks to hopefully fix that. Oh, and the blocks surrounding that's all destroyed too. I do have a lot of tough. I should be able to use that. Most of my cobblestone is gone because... Anyway, so what I was doing before my game crashed, well, I was digging out a giant hole to make infinite lava source, which honestly is actually kind of easy because I've already got all the drills I need, so that I could make power station, so that with the power station, I could power a bunch of stuff like crushing wheels so I can crush obsidian to get powder obsidian so I can get trains so I can put train casings down so that I can use my train tracks and then create an assembler for a mechanical roller to flatten out that section to place down mine colonies. Wow. Okay, so it's a very complicated process just like always with create. But now first I'm going to have to absolutely fix everything. At least there's tough bricks. Ooh, multiple different types of it too. I do like normal tough bricks as well, so this will be just fine to build with as well. The only problem is that, well, I have to replace it all again. And it does slightly change the vibe of the base that I was sort of visualizing in my head after I had seen the cobblestone chipped blocks. But, well, what can you do? It's like, that's two major problems I encountered with the chipped mod. Like, there's another previous game-breaking bug but it was like semi-minor, so I'm like, okay, well I can just ignore that. But turns out I was wrong. I couldn't just ignore that. Yep, I knew it as soon as I put that block down, it would give block updates. Okay, we've completely rebuilt the platform. We're another 4,000 tough down. And while that was happening, I dug out a cavernous tunnel. Now, one thing you might notice is that it's all the way to bedrock, and it did not need to go all the way to bedrock. It only needed to go 100 blocks down. But because I'm a bit of an overachiever, and also because I didn't really bother calculating it that far, I just let it run until it was completely full, or until it stopped. Now I just need to fill this floor with lava, and then from there I can afford to get my infinite lava source, which was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, even with me having to completely rebuild my giant platform so far. Does remind me actually that I do want to upgrade my backpack. I've actually had enough diamonds to do this for a while, so now, boom. Now my backpack is much larger. Ooh, it's wider too. I'm actually not sure if I like that. At least I have 2 more of these. Okay, I can only use 3 of them in a diamond backpack. Still, now my stack sizes are huge. And then we'll take this much copper and smelt it up. We'll craft up a hose pulley. We will flatten up a stack of it. Flatten up 2 stacks of it. Craft up a whole bunch of barrels. I only need around 1 stack for now. Oh no. Don't tell me my storage system's full. If my storage system's full, that means it might be time for me to have a second storage system. This one was just meant for me to store like the items from my mining trip, so I'm like the 1.5k gravel or the 2.8k dirt or the 22,000 deep slate. Okay, I didn't realize I had that much in here. Okay, that's probably the main issue. All right, let's quickly head to the Nether and collect ourselves a bunch of buckets of lava. Magma wheel. I can carry 216 buckets with this. Not a small amount. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting lava now. Now I just need to sit and wait for this to fill up. And boom, there we go. The tank is now full. 216 millibuckets of lava. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get this down. But before we put down the card assembler, let's make sure everything's glued together. We'll go ahead and retract this first. And let's take this apart. Put down the card assembler. Lock rotation. Down my minecart. And yoink. We are taking this back to the overworld with us. Ooh, off by 1 block. Okay, we'll move it forward 1. There we go. Grab the card assembler. Oh. Okay, let's try that again. But, over here this time. Nope. Why did it do that? Okay, let's try right here. Oh my goodness, no, that's even worse. Could it be that I'm, like, just putting it down in the wrong spot? Like, did I have the card assembler facing the wrong way? Oh, okay, so it goes to the right of wherever I place the card assembler. Or no, it doesn't. There we go. Okay, then let's fill this layer up with lava. And it looks like it did just straight up delete the blocks here, so I'm gonna have to fix this later. Now let's see, is it filling up with lava? Yes, it is. Speed it up a little bit. And there we go. We are gonna be having this full of lava soon too. I can quickly take this. We'll go ahead and raise this just for good measure. Yoink, yoink, take that back. Yoink, 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 yoink. Fill this in. Clear away the dirt. Add these drills back. Then put the rotation speed controller here. Mine out the layer of dirt. Bring it back up. Now the lava should start flowing. Yep, and it's going to keep flowing until it goes all the way to the bottom. And then from there, we will have our infinite lava source. So now I can actually take this apart too. I'm cranking it. I'm cranking it. It is sure taking a while though. Oh, there we go. Now if I do this, it says bottomless supply. There we go. It says the targeted body of fluid is considered infinite because, well, it reaches all the way down there. Now to just use this for stuff. Quick little safekeeping of the lava here. Now there's hopefully no way for me to fall in or die or let my villagers die to it. And I'm definitely going to have to make a boiler here so that I can start powering stuff soon. Like, really soon. Let's also add some warning signs here. Hot, flowing death. Or just lava. But you know what? I do like these little iron signs stuff. I'm or decals. I'm definitely going to use a lot more of them. Okay, let's put the steam engine like right here. And I'm currently pressing the sheets I need because I used a lot of fluid tanks just for decoration over here and like buffer storage, so it's like I can draw a bunch of lava out into these containers, and then I'll have to have more power to do it for over here. But then I can also just draw lava out from any of these 4 containers or the pipes. Here we are now passively filling up all these lava tanks. It's going to start filling up this one, and then this one first, and then go this one, and then that one. So we've got infinite fuel, so we should in theory have an infinitely powered boiler here, where it's powering itself and all that, so I should have a good amount of infinite power now. But at least we have a steam engine now with a lot of power, so I can hook this up to all my stuff, and then I should be able to just start powering everything at a lot faster speeds with this. Okay, let's start using some crushing wheels. Although first, I do want to get myself some slightly better andesite alloy. Let's put down a saw, filter the recipe, and craft up myself a bunch of shafts. Okay, we've got crushing wheels set up now. Now, hopefully this works just right away. Oh yeah, and there's a good chance you get it back too. Okay, we only got 2 out of 1, but that's okay. Next up, we have to spout onto it. Then we have to press it. There we go, our first sturdy sheet. Now we've got 2. Let's make up some brass casings. And then apply the sturdy sheets to get train casings. And then I can get train stations with this. The base does look good with shaders though. Who is that, rice over there? I am so taking that. Alright, I have laid down some track. And now I think it is time that I assemble my train so that I can start flattening out this area. And I've only laid down 1 track right now, but I'll lay it down, flatten out the area in this area, and then I'll place another track to flatten out the next area. So let's get our first train station down. This is actually awesome because I've never used train stations before in Create. Okay, let's create a new train, put down a bogey. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's hit print. But I think my train here has printed successfully. First off, let's make sure that these are the right mode. Yep, they are in the right mode. And you know what? I do know that there is some extra height I'm going to have to go up, so we might as well just add some extra drills. You know what? Let's add 2 more layers just to be safe. There we go. That's got to be enough, right? Now, for now, I'm just going to dump all this stuff in here because it is time for me to add all the dirt to this train. I can do that by right-clicking on here or shift right-clicking and it gets rid of my whole inventory. So now if I check the blaze the Blaze Stockkeeper here, I have 2.1k dirt. So as you can see, I definitely have a lot of stuff. Well, dirt specifically. And this train should be able to clear out this area for me. Let's assemble the train. Oh shit, it crashed. Of course it did. Okay, my game crashed for a short while after I tried to assemble the train. Let's name it. There we go. This is the Make the World Flatinator. Close the doors. And now let's see what happens when I forgot to glue the other stuff to the train. That's okay. Hello guys, welcome to my super flat playthrough. As you can see, I'm in a super flat world. Um, yep, definitely nothing to see about this. Also, I installed Journey mod because I uninstalled the Antique mod because it was a fabric mod and was connecting and there was issues. Along with some other mods that I had to uninstall, like Create Copycat Wings, specifically the wings that caused a crash earlier. But this is my currently like physically explored area. But you'll notice like in my distant horizons, like if I look out over to the horizon over there, I can see land over there, even though I have not traveled over there yet. So distant horizons can let me see a lot further than I've explored so far. But still, I like that I could use like the auto mapping feature wherever that was. And I like that there's a train network overlay so I can see the one train track I left after I completely removed all the train tracks. But anyway, I have to get back to grinding. I've only just started my material gathering montage, and it appears I have found myself a trial chamber right underneath my base. That looks an awful lot like full netherite. I did get a pair of diamond pants though. Alright, I have changed up the way the spawn area works, so now hopefully, because I think the trial spawners need to be seeing full blocks to spawn on, hopefully they can spawn on pressure plates and redstone, and then they'll get pushed onto the conveyor belts. Yep, looks like it's working. Yep, although the cave spiders don't have anything like that, but they should wander off on their own. Okay, that is a pretty cool effect. Alright, I've gone ahead and cured a couple villagers near my base. I've got one mending one. I've got the guy that sells me an adventure map and a trial explorer map. And it's a different trial chamber than the one right under my base.
and one that says Protection 4. Now I am absolutely going to want to protect these guys by putting them somewhere safe. We're going to put them up here. Protection 4 on the right. Now they're overlooking the other villagers I've got trapped in here, but they should be safe up there. Although these guys are safe too. For some reason, if they can wander around out here, they tend to wander off until they die. So being trapped is actually the ultimate form of protection and safety. Alright, in my quest for experience, and after creating a farm to help me get through the trial chamber a lot easier, I've actually also designed another farm that should hopefully be able to get me normal spawners, such as the ones I have over here, to be getting me experience and items constantly. But mostly, I need bone meal, and a skeleton farm is going to be helpful with that, because I do not want to be building a moss farm right now. And boom, there we go, everything's all placed, although I do have some couple leftover blocks. Although, noticeably, it appears in my schematic I forgot a whole wall of of the structure, so now I get to place that in. And I also get to remove these blocks. A small price to pay to be getting everything else without destroying my base. Gone ahead and added the wall, and now all I need to do is just add power to this thing and put the spawners in there. Okay, it looks like everything is spinning the right direction now. I do need to put some glass panes in there. Alright, let's start moving some of the spawners in. So I've got 3 cave spiders, a spider, a skeleton, and a zombie one. Bring the zombie one in first because that is the easiest one to deal with. Alright, I've got a few spawners in. I'll super glue these all together. And now I'm going to test turning the farm off really quick. It should be possible when I pull this lever. Now no more should spawn. Okay, let me double check. Oh, I see. I needed to glue this one to this one over here, and now it should work. Yep, now it is off, visibly too. Oh, cobwebs. Well, it looks like I am collecting items, so that's good at least. Now let's just turn it back on and let this thing run for a bit. I am going to have to give those swords though, aren't I? I've quickly gone and enchanted 3 swords here. There we go, now they all have swords, so now this should just run a lot quicker. Even when zombies with, like, let's say a backpack like that spawn in, I should be able to kill them fairly quickly. Although even with 6 spawners, it doesn't exactly feel very fast. I think it's taking me a little bit too long to wait for my 1 skeleton spawner to produce me bone meal, so I'm going to take this matter into my own hands. I'm setting up a huge personal mangrove forest where I'm just growing my own giant mangrove forest. This farm, it's great, but it's really slow. And I'm going to be turning all of the mangrove roots into bone meal so that I can make the propagule farm work even faster. So I can get more propagule so I can expand the farm, so I can manually chop those all down, which is still really easy if I'm using the mechanical saw and the crank, because they're just all so connected in there. Actually, first though, I should double check that these things work like this. Yep, they definitely work. This is almost definitely overkill. Like, for one, I'm not even gonna be able to load all these with the speed that these hoppers fill up. There's literally thousands of mangrove roots there. And I only filled up like 3 barrels, but it actually tears through it really quickly. Still though, I've got all these barrels, I might as well use them. So it looks like 6 is more than I actually needed for thousands of items. So I just built a giant composting section for like absolutely no reason. I guess that means I'll have to tear it down later, but for now I'll leave it up because I actually do kind of like how it looks. We'll see if it grows on me even more. It looks like I get terrible return rates for the bone meal though, because each one of these has a 30% chance to trigger the composter, which in turn has to go up multiple stages, and then once it does that, then it produces a bone meal. Yeah, so like essentially like half a chest is like half a stack of bone meal. So a full barrel's worth would be like 1 stack of bone meal. Yeah, these rates are actually incredibly terrible. This is like barely like this is just barely offsetting the cost. This is not renewable in the slightest. I think it's finally time to remove this eyesore. It served its purpose. It got me my early game stuff. But I have a Steam engine set up now, so if I need more stuff, I can always just add more stuff over here. And eventually I'll put a building around it. But right now I'm still material gathering. Okay, once I power this, I should get a linked typewriter. Boom, there we go. One more for good measure. Also want to go ahead and make a jetpack. Okay, let's go ahead and let's craft the whole jetpack recipe as well. The brass jetpack specifically, which should be better than my current copper one. In terms of armor, it only has a little bit more knockback resistance, but I do believe it should be able to go higher once I have it fueled up. Also want to reroute this lava. Ooh, that's actually a little bit too far, I guess. Or maybe not? No, it is. Is it because there's no destination? What happens if I do this? Now it goes. Okay, I can use this to infinitely refuel my lava tanks by just clicking on this. It looks like it does just automatically fill up if I just have a fueling tank in my inventory, which is so much easier than manually filling them up. Luckily, filling tanks are much easier of a recipe. Okay, I grabbed 3 large filling tanks because they're just that easy to craft. Right, I've got my brass jetpack on, and I'm not sure if I noticed difference. I can definitely fly a little bit higher with it, well, maybe not definitely even. Yep, I can fly a little bit higher with it. I feel like it flies a little bit faster too. Like I'm just hovering and shooting around the world. Yeah, I think this is definitely an upgrade. Let's enchant it too. Blast Prot. Ooh, that's actually probably worth unenchanting. Fire Prot this time. Not even a max level one. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't need mending on it because it doesn't take durability damage. It just runs out of fuel. Now, being my first, like, jetpack piece of armor, I am going to put it on an armor stand, because it deserves at least a little bit of recognition. Now that I've done some quick gear upgrades, I am still going to have to get some more material gathering. We are going to need to gather more materials. My artificial mangrove biome has actually gotten me all the mangrove I already need, and this wood farm has also gotten me all the other wood I need, all these different types of woods. I have been filling up these chests with all the materials I need. If we go through the checklist, I still need to make get a lot of gold, which I'm probably gonna make a little gold farm for. I'm gonna go mine a little bit of crimsite, go find that somewhere. I need brown dye, so I need to go to a jungle. And then I need a lot of hot air envelopes. I already have a good amount, but not all of them yet. And then the thornwood. I need to go out and find an Alex's Caves Forlorn Cave. The Spelunkery table will help with that, but unfortunately, I have not found a map to one yet. I have, however, traded with a cartographer to get these maps, which should get me to places with loot. Now, the adventure map to me makes me think that there is going to be like maybe a cave down there somewhere. Like there isn't anything on the map yet, but maybe there's just something here that I should go to. I know what an ocean monument is, and I know what a trial chamber is, although they are different than what I've got, and they're good to have for later, and may even be on the way. That one's the wrong way, but the ocean one and the adventure one are in the same direction, which is southwest. And I can actually see the ocean monument from here. So it's like presumably just on the other side of that ocean there is this adventure map. I'm going to finally empty out most of my inventory too, as I've just been basically keeping it full for almost no reason. I'm going to go ahead and use a bunch of fuel here to use the rescue to head towards my adventure destinations. And here we go. It is pretty cool to see my base just fade away slowly into the distance as I take off towards my destination. We are approaching quite quickly. Let's slow down a little bit. Lower our height. Oh, we're close. And there's a big whale there too. But we have successfully landed our ship in the water. Sort of, it's just barely in the water, but it is close enough. Now, I actually probably should have brought potions to this, or like milk. Why is there just slimes here? What? In the middle of the ocean? Genuinely no idea where there's slimes here. Let's do a little bit of fishing, get some pufferfish, quickly head back to base and brew up some water breathing potions, and then we'll come back in. Alright, here we go. Okay, that is all of the Elder Guardians taken care of. Now that I've looted the place and all that, it's time for me to head out on my expedition that way even further. Eaters. Okay, I came out to this adventure map, and it's just a jungle, really. I came out to the adventure map, and there's nothing. There's like no real points of interest on here. Like this is just a jungle. There's a jungle temple in the middle, and there was a ruined portal over there. So I'm like, well, maybe I should check underground. So I started mining underground, and I did find a big cave network, and there's 3 separate caves. I know this one's new. These 2 might be new. So hopefully, when I return back and decipher these, I can find the cave that I'm looking for. We successfully made it back from the nice trip. We landed nice and safely. I'll drop off my items, but first, I want to decipher these cave tablets. Yes! These ones go to the right cave! Oh, and I've got another one. The first ones went to Magnetic Cave. These ones go to the Forlorn Hollows, which is the one I need for the specific wood I need. And then I've got another tablet I can use later. Alright, it is time for the moment of truth. I have 3 maps here, and we are going to see if there's any caves nearby. Up first, Magnetic Caves. Nope. Up next, the Abyssal Chasm. And lastly, the Forlorn Hollows. This is the one I really need to actually find. No! So I am going to have to travel really far away. And to do that, I'm actually going to go ahead and make myself a plane so that I can fly and explore a lot easier. Since I do not need this many composter setups, and I've proven that I absolutely don't really use it, I'm going to just tear this down. I'm sure I can reuse the resources for something else later. I should also go ahead and craft myself an ender chest, just because it is such a useful item. Although, with all my backpack space, I probably don't really have to. Now, I do actually need to craft an oil scanner, as I need to find oil deposits, because the fuel I need is diesel specifically. Because it's one of the best stress-efficient fuels that I can use in my creation that I'm going to be making over there. I also don't know why my plane just keeps falling off. Like, I bring it up and then it just wanders over that way. I just do not get it, but I hope there's oil nearby. None nearby. Ooh, wait. Okay, that's actually really good. I can just mine oil right here. And that's actually awesome because I think my plans for this area, like this base, is going to be like a sort of loading dock and construction zone of machines. So I'll like be able to construct and build a lot of my create aeronautics stuff and work on them. And then I can send them off, like send them off the cliff and do like a big runway over there with a field. And then over there I'll develop eventually. Get the pump jack head. Right, a little bit of rearranging of the mechanical crafters. Boom, there we go. We get the pump jack crank. Actually, first, before I set up the drill and start digging, I have to look and see, yep, I am directly above my trial chamber farm. Although if I can get it, let's say, to work like right there, then I should be fine. Okay, if I'm in the edge of this chunk, it should work without destroying this farm. Problem is this is right in front of my staircase, so maybe right here we'll try. Which, you know what? I think it should work. You know what? I don't like it hanging over the edge like that. I'm going to move it. Get some scaffolding up in here. Take that away. And dig straight down. Oh no, the shaft. I don't really feel like moving it again, so the shaft is getting moved. Don't let me just temporarily cutting power to my mob farm. Right, I should have enough pipes as well. Boom, we've successfully reached bedrock without breaking anything. So now it's time for me to return to the surface with all these fluid pipes. Okay, if we put the pump jack hole, and then if we just right click on this, we are now mining oil, and there's 7.1 million millibuckets here. So that's awesome that there's oil at my base. And now I'm going to slowly start pumping this up and processing it into gasoline and diesel, specifically diesel because that's what I need. And then as that starts filling up, I should have enough resources gathered to start building most of the ship over there. Let's also quickly put mending on my glues. I don't have unbreaking, but hopefully just mending should work for now. Let's make some distillation controllers and turn these all into distillation. Oh, I need one for each one. Okay, so I actually did not craft up enough. And I am almost out of redstone again. There we go. Now we've got more distillation tanks. Okay, let's reroute some power, but remember which way it's going. There we go. Now it's the right way. Put that there. Now let's go see if they are getting any crude oil. They are. That one is. That one is. That one is. That one is. And that one's not. Okay, so we're like one block short. Which means if I do this, and that, and then that and that, now we're getting oil over here. Now I just need to make sure that they're all burning and then pumping out somewhere else. Let's turn them on for now. I just happen to have just the item I want to get rid of in bulk. Full stack of mangrove leaves. Oh, I can't. I can only give them one at a time. Oh, never mind. I can. Let's see if this one turns off after this one. That'll tell me that it worked and that it's got the whole stack. So far, very promising. Now we've got two large fuel tanks of diesel and gasoline slowly filling up. As long as these have power, which I will have to find a way to make work. It's like it needs to be deployers or mechanical arms. Now let's see if this works. Oh, I forgot to power the deployers. 1 second. Looks like it'll slowly fill them up one by one. Which is only a problem if I don't manually fill them up for the first stack. Now these should just cycle around while they produce and distill my oil for me. Which is actually kind of cool. I do like this. Right now it looks like it's pretty equal, like producing like the oil from the pump jack and turning it into gasoline and diesel fairly equally. Okay, time-lapse time. And by that I mean I'm just gonna go take a shower and then come back and hope this stuff's all done. Were you expecting another time-lapse for me to wait and fill this up? Well, that's exactly what I was gonna do, but I ran out of storage on my disk space, so I had to clear some space up, and now I'm going to have to do a little bit more summarization as we get into the end game here. Also, my airship seems to love just falling off for some reason. Like, I put it right here, and it just keeps falling off. I'm like, where are you going? Like, why do you keep doing that? Anyway, after that, I set up a little system here. I'm only filtering out the XP or nuggets, grinding it down into liquid experience, and this is really loud, so I'm probably not going to stand around here all that often. But I now have a liquid or a printer which can print out enchanted books. So let's say I want soul speed. Put another book down here. We'll just put one for now. And boom, we now have another soul speed book. I'll do another one. Let's also do a fortune one. Let's do a smite one. And a secret other enchantment. Now let's combine the ones that can be combined. I'm also going to grab myself a blaze enchanter and a blaze forger. Now there we go. Now it should be able to use the anvil for me and even enchant items for me if I want. So for example, let's say I want to put on Feather Falling 4 on my boots. It's going to cost 112 millibuckets of experience. And boom, there we go. Now I've got Feather Falling 4 on my boots. Might as well put them on my other pair. Although we are now out of liquid experience. Most of it's in the printer. I do believe there is actually a way to strip enchantments as well, which I think I can do with this. Yeah, so I've got an Unbreaking 3 enchanting template and a normal diamond chestplate now. Might as well just put that in there. Now let's see if I can... Whoa! Whoa! So how long has that creeper been there? Yeah, I think I should be able to print Unbreaking 3 books now, maybe? No. Does it have to be on the templates? Huh, how do I use these? Well, I'm going to go ahead and craft a bunch of organic compost. Boom, hold 2.5 stacks, 4 stacks, 5 stacks, 6 stacks, and the leftover. Now that is a lot of organic compost. And normally you'd be like, well, now you're gonna like make a giant field and build a giant farm with it. Like maybe this giant flat area will have a small portion be completely organic. But nope, that is not what I'm going to do with them. You see, you can use organic compost on a cutting board to get fertilizer, and you need fertilizer to, to be able to grow thornwood saplings, which I need a lot of once I find the thornwood biome, which I just got a map to. Okay, I think it's time to finally print off my plane here. I've got everything that I actually have. It's just not the right type or whatever. It's just not picking it up. But anyway, I have all the materials. I'm going to hit print. Well, all the materials except the levitite. And I'm not even sure I need it actually. I only made it because I was trying to make it float in water. But no matter what I did, it didn't float in water. So maybe I don't even need the levitite after all. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Okay, I think it is finished printing now. I just need to quickly grab myself my 1 iron block and the copy headstock. Now, there is some leftover materials. I did know some of them were going to be left over, but the other ones I wasn't so sure about. And I do like that it printed with the painted colors on the sails. I thought I was going to have to do that manually, which does actually save me a lot of trouble for my next, like the main build of the video. that we all haven't seen yet. Well, except for me, of course. Oh, that might be the wrong headstock. You know what? That looks about right. Oh no. I don't think it I don't think it placed the symmetric sails. Which means I am going to have to go and get myself some symmetric sails and place them on. We'll just check the honey glue to see if they're all glued together now properly. Now, I do think it's all so far honey glued together. I can fix it later if I have to. But before I assemble this thing, I want to fill up the fuel tank, and that's just something I can do easily before I assemble it. And just having it disassembled, I don't really want to ever disassemble it after I assemble it once. So I am going to just do this once, and then from then on after that, I'm going to have to like use a docking station or something. But for now, I can do something like this. Put down my full diesel tank, run a pipe out the side. Alright, that should give power to that, although now I have to go out through the other side. Hopefully I can... Okay, that's not promising. Oh, I see. I put the modular diesel engine in the wrong spot. Now it's started up, and it's pumping in the diesel as well. So unfortunately, I do have to use the diesel to pump the diesel in, but I can just turn this clutch off to turn the whole thing off, or at least turn the engine off. I've got the propeller disabled right now, got the clutch, you know. I use my redstone accumulator system here to increment it up to a max strength of 14 because we're subtracting one here, so that it can go turn like the 16 RPMs that I've got everything else set at into a full speed propeller bearing. This is going to just slowly empty out and fill up the actual tank in here. To be fair though, they're about the same size. This one's gonna have just a little bit of diesel left when this is full. And because I don't really want to, well, waste a ton of recording space again, because I'm so close to being full, hello, wandering trader. Yes, I will take a sombrero. Oh, I think it's missing a texture. I have noticed some problems with Alex's mobs so far. It is an unofficial port. There's a lot of other stuff I can't do, like tame certain mobs and all that. I thought maybe it's just because I'm making a mess of things, and that might be the case as well. But I do not know how to fix this problem, and I don't really want to try because it'll ruin things, and I don't want to be messing around before I upload the video. I'll play around with it after. Also, we have now completely filled up the fuel tank. We should be good for a very long journey. I'll shut off the engines for now, or at least just the pumps for the engine, so that eventually these will all weasel out. Actually, I can turn this around. Does that suck out of there? It might be. Well, that's full. So now I can turn this off. Now these will just run until they're empty, I guess. And I do have a physics assembler. Also, because I did run into a memory area earlier, all of my achievements reset, so I'm going to be getting things again. But let's hope this works. Okay, okay. Now I'm going to try something here. Oh, well, it's still there, so I guess that's fine. Free comparator. Now let's see. Those turn, but I don't think there's sails on them. I might have to go get more symmetric sails. They might have just not worked. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get some more symmetric sails. Oh well, that's okay. Alright, let's also take this full-ish diesel tank. Let's take that. Put down this diesel tank. And let this refill. While we're here, let's also put unbreaking 4 on these. Oh, I don't think I can give it to him actually. There we go. Now my glues are mending and unbreaking. Anyway, I think it is now time for me to start the long, arduous journey to try and find a Forlorn Hollows. Now I get to actually try and fly the plane too. Ooh, I'm a little worried about this actually. We should be fine though. Turn that back on. Diesel tank starts filling back up. I do have a spare diesel tank as well. So I should, with a full tank like that, I should be able to fly really far. Now let's make sure we're not running too quick here. Oh, Okay, that's something I remembered. I forgot to craft symmetric sails and to check if the propeller was on. Does not look like the propeller is on. So I guess that means I get to, well, try and fix this somehow. It has strangely moved in, like, such a weird way. Okay, so this is a physics object as well. Okay, so they were all made into physics objects. I just didn't glue them properly to the sail railing. Reattach that. Yoink. Glue goes on. All the symmetric sails should now be in. Just gonna quickly re-dye these. Oh, it doesn't use up any dye either. That's actually great. That's awesome. And actually, before we get going here, I am going to try. Oops. Thwomp, thwomp. Let's pull it and turn it this way because I want to take off and go in that direction. I do like using the plunger launcher too. It is kind of just a nice thing. Whoa! It definitely pulls it quick though. Okay, I'm probably prepared for a good journey. Let's first let's check to see if the flaps are working. Okay, we got our ailerons and our elevators. Okay, so it looks like they work. We'll enable the propeller again, and we'll slowly start to increase the speed. And by slowly, I mean I'm just gonna crank it up right away. And we are immediately at like 60 meters a second, and we're just flying off. This is actually really quick. That's like twice the speed of an elytra. Anyway, I'll keep scanning for forlorn hollows, but it is going to be a bit laggy because I am loading in a ton of chunks like really quickly. Well, actually, no, I'm not because I should have already loaded a bunch of these chunks. But still, it's laggy, so I'm not going to be recording this. What? How did I get that? Wait, the Great and Noble Sunbird? Why am I... Okay, let's decelerate a little bit. I seem to have crash landed when I wasn't looking. From the Great and Noble Sunbird, huh? I'm actually gonna have to look that up. That seems like important. Okay, good thing I did not attack it because it's literally would give me a curse of some kind. But also, I wasn't expecting to run into a mountain. I guess I was flying too close to sea level. That was an early crash, so now I get to try and figure this out and write myself up. I might be able to try a sort of spring launch. So if I do this, pull the plane taut, like straight back, and then I turn up the propeller speed. So now we're going, and then if I sneak right click, clear it, uh-oh. No, I can see how this would be a problem. I can't even get over there. No. Okay, maybe now. Come on. Oh, I'm flying in a cold, totally crashed plane. No. Oh, it totally got worse. Okay, I obviously need to actually be paying attention when I'm flying. All right, I've cleared out this area to make it completely flat so that I have a little bit of takeoff area. If it doesn't work, I'm going to bring it back and then clear out even more. But hopefully this should be enough for me to get going here. And I have used a whole 10,000 buckets of fuel just waiting for myself to get started here. But let's amp up the power so that it's at maximum accumulated speed. It says 0 though for some reason. So if I turn this off, yeah, it'll start going really fast. Now let's bring it back to the start again. Okay, I've cleared out a little bit more space at the back here. Now we are going to try another takeoff. On, pull up. Oh, I bounced up. And then I just need to level out. Yeah, I'm flying. I'm flying again. Okay, now I get to head out the 16,000 blocks and keep looking. Now, I have crash landed again. This time it wasn't my fault. It was because there was like a network connectivity issue, which is weird because it's just a single player world. But I guess there was a desync between the server and the client somehow. So the plane was flipped, I had to maneuver it around somehow, and I've built myself another runway. So hopefully now I should be able to take off here. Oh, no, no, no. The runway wasn't quite long enough. Dang, now I've got to try and get it back there and make the runway longer. Okay, I've got it back at the start of the runway. It does actually kind of suck to be moving stuff with the plunger. And I've extended the runway a little bit. Hopefully now I should be able to take off, and I've already torn through 30,000 buckets just by leaving this thing running. I've had to smash the windows out too because when I crashed, I couldn't get out through the door anymore. I had to go through the window. Come on, pull up. No. Dang it. Maybe I should try launching over here then, maybe? Or destroy. Oh, maybe I'll just destroy that entire mountain. Okay, I've moved it somewhere else. I've just dragged it all the way over here because this is slightly flatter. Now I'm going to see if I can take off. Yes, I am flying again. And the world is completely lagging out. Okay, I've flown like 30,000 blocks in this direction. Sure, not a very straight line because it's actually really hard to fly this thing when the game refuses to load in, like, at all. And even if I use this map again, it just doesn't work. Which tells me that either these biomes are so incredibly rare that I haven't found one yet, or that there probably is one within the 16,000 blocks that it was checking even at the start. And it was just not picking it up because the map just wasn't working for some reason. And if the map isn't working, then I'll have to go to an exact copy of this world with the same seed and use the locate command. And if that shows one within the range back there, I might just crash this plane and then, I don't know, teleport home and then go there. Because reasonably, I would have been able to find it already if these cave biome maps worked as they're supposed to. We've finally crash landed. The game lag just caught right back up to me somehow. Well, somehow I say as if it almost definitely wasn't going to catch up to me eventually anyways. Turn off the engine for now. We still only went through about 30,000 buckets, so a lot less than I thought it was going to be. I always hate having to do that, having to break out of my own door. Okay, this is where I've ended up. Let's see if this map works. Nope. I'm at like negative 35,000. And you're saying that I traveled that many blocks. I checked like somewhere around here too, and it said none here, none here, none here. So obviously there's something wrong. I'm gonna go to the exact same seed in a different world and use slash locate to see if there is one nearby. Because I traveled all this way. There's got to be a problem with this thing, or it's just so rare. All right, I have gone ahead and looked in a copy of the Seed of the World, and there is one actually nearby, only like 1,000 blocks away from where I crash landed. So I'll go to that one because I did. That's what the whole point of this was. Even though the map tells me, nope, there's nothing nearby. Well, the map is lying. It's lying to us both. Quick little jungle temple intermission. All right, time to try and find the Forlorn Hollows. Again, cave biome map does not work, so we're just gonna start digging. Oh, we got the achievement right away. Apparently, we are in the Forlorn Hollows. Okay, I've got to actually run into like cave part of the cave biome soon, right? Okay, looks like we passed it. So time to go back up and try again. Water. Oh, an underwater Alex's cave. And it just ends right there. Okay. Oh, here's a real Alex's cave and the real Forlorn Hollows, and it's very small and waterlogged again. Great. That's just great. It's weird. I mine the copperwith core ore, and it drops the copperwith coal ore block, even though I'm using a Fortune 3 pickaxe. It does drop experience, though, which is a little weird, considering I still don't have any coal, so this is going to be very dark dingy experience for you unless I use my redstone torches. Okay, seriously, this has got to be the smallest Forlorn Hollows I could have possibly found. Like, where's the Forlorn Hollows? Where's the single block of, like, wood or anything? Okay, I forgot that I actually just straight up have night vision potions. Doink, drank a night vision potion. Now I should be able to see. Okay, I missed something, but this is obviously a bigger Alex's cave compared to what was over there. So now, if I just dig around, I should be able to find one. I do see on my mini-map that there is like a trial chamber over that way, and a mimic somewhere above and below. We'll go above, we'll try that. Do you hear that? Spooky. You know what? Maybe I'm just underneath the Forlorn Hollows. Let's just dig up. Oh, it was literally right here. Now remember, this biome is normally incredibly dark, but I have a night vision potion. Oh my goodness. What the? Okay, looks like I'm getting loot from them. Dark tatters. You know what? It might be. I should set my spawn actually. Okay, let's head deeper into the Forlorn Hollows. There we go. There's trees and there's guano. That is exactly what I need. Appears to be like a signpost in here too. Oh, that's an idol. It's kind of cool. I probably should have came here with like not a full inventory. This is pretty cool. Oh, there's a cave centipede. Wow, that poison really ticks away at you, huh? Let's explore some of these houses. Oh, they got banners. A lot of little worship rooms hidden all around. Guano, that's right. I will be needing a lot of guano. Okay, good. I can uncraft it, and then I can craft fertilizer with it. That's good, because I need a lot of fertilizer. Oh, a mimic! Oh, a murmur. Didn't look like it dropped anything. And another cave centipede? Oh my goodness. This place is really dangerous, actually. We're just trying to mine some shit. Oh wait, you can't decraft the guano piles into anything? Ah, I may not want to keep those then. Oh, there's the branches though. That is what I'm looking for. Let's go ahead and try to chop down one of these trees here. Because I'm after the wood. I need the wood from this biome. Another murmur. I'm just getting pestered in these caves. I can't mine a single, like... I'm not resource farming. I'm just fighting the whole time. Flying circles around me and, like, come at me. Hey, look, a skeleton skull. Boom, there we go. That's all of the trees chopped down in this section. I managed to acquire, like, a good 512 thermal branches, a bunch of wood, more logs, and then I think I have another one of these in the lower levels. Basically, it's time for me to head home now. I didn't complete all the Thornwood Cave content. I don't know. I haven't gotten the Pure Darkness. I didn't bring, like, the Cave Compendium at all. So I've got to, like... I actually don't know how to get that. This place is definitely more moody and ambient when I don't have night vision on. No way. There's a cave tablet in here? That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, that is so strange. This is literally one of those underground structure thingies. Something's screeching at me. Anyway, I've gone quite ways away from the plane crash, so now I think it's about time I head back and then try to fly the plane back. I was just gonna like TP home, not like use the teleport command, but like use a recall potion or something. But I figured I might as well try and bring the plane back, even if that means I have to build a third or a fourth airport now. Oh, I just got an achievement for something. Oh. Oh, I see. The Watcher. Just got a drop from one of these little guys. Desolate Dagger. Okay, so when I hit something, it summons something to attack them as well. Okay, I've returned to my plane and I've dragged it somewhere close to a potentially flatter area instead of in the treetops back here. And now I just need to, well, make this an actual flat area. Luckily, I still have my tunnel bore. Unluckily, it is completely full of blocks, so I can't exactly dump any of my inventory off. And let's give it a little push. There we go, it's now mining for me. Leaving the materials behind, it always does feel like a waste to see that happen. But I just need a runway. Okay, this might be wide enough. Let's try and get this thing onto the runway. Two! Woo! Let's release the plungers. Hope this works. Huh, why isn't it settling down? Oh, there's a tree back here. Of course there is. There we go. Oh, our plane is on the ground, on the runway. I'll spend a little bit of time lining it up a little bit more first. No, 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 don't fall in. Okay, we appear to be mostly lined up on the runway I've created here. Now let's try and go home. First off, we have to kickstart the engine. There we go, engine started. I leave that alone. That's my start. It's actually been... Oh no, can I not control it like this? Do I need an empty hand? Yes. Okay, it took me a little while to remember my controls. Yeah, I didn't get to use the whole runway because of that. But it looks like I got a lucky bounce, and I am now sailing. Sailing, that's not what you call flying. Time for me to make the long and laggy trip home. I have somehow made it home. It only took like 3 to 6,000 millibucks to get back. Because I didn't crash after my, well, actually I did. I did crash after my initial launch, but luckily I crashed in areas that weren't like too bad. Like I could just take off again. Like I actually pretty sure I crashed at one of the other crash sites, so I could just use that airport, which was nice. And then, yep, this was my path there. You know, you go here, crash, fly up, crash again. Then we start flying out, really wobbly, crash. And then here, actually, I think I flew over here and I crashed up there. And I dragged the plane to like a flat beach, like there. No, oh, I crashed there. That's right. I came in, crashed like right away. And then I explored a little bit. I was going the wrong direction, so I came and explored the other Forlorn Hollows. Wait, no. How did I leave from here if that was my takeoff site? What? How did the maps end up so... That's gotta be wrong. Well, anyway, I flew back in a fairly straight line, crossed over a little bit, dipped out. But yeah, I encountered so many network errors, like client and server disconnections. It was crazy. Like I genuinely, crashed like 2 or 3 times where it like would, whenever I'd load into the world, it would just instant crash again. It would kick me out of the plane, throw me to the ground. I've got like a default skin on now. Like I don't know what this default skin is. Like it is just so laggy and so buggy. I just can't wait to finish this ship and then maybe play around with the mod pack to try and fix some of this stuff. Because I do finally have Thornwood. And I missed my landing spot because, well, it was so laggy. Even just flying back in chunks that are already loaded, it was so laggy. Maybe my plane's just too fast. But I brought it home instead of leaving it there, so now I can actually go and try and build the ship I've been wanting to build this whole time. Let's put some materials away while I'm here. You know what, let's take this opportunity to repair my ship. I mean my plane. My plane, of course, obviously, that's what I meant. I ended up placing a rail too. Forgot I had that in my offhand. Hmm. Where was this slab? Well, since I don't remember where this slab was, it probably wasn't that important. Well, that's right. I get to finally sleep in my own bed again. A a bunch of blocks of gold, and these thornwood items, which I think I have enough to craft. 12 stacks of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A stack of stairs. Over a stack of slabs. Some signs. And some fences. Okay, a couple more fences. My bad. Okay, now I just need blocks of gold and honey glue. And I have honey glue, which actually should be more than enough. So I have leftover thornwood planks, which is great because it seems like a great building material. Hello, crushers. Please crush down my gold. And let's go and wash it. Oh, these are empty? Wait, actually, I think that makes sense. I think I turned it off. Did I? Wait, there is crude oil in these pipes, though. There's crude oil in there. Crude oil. Oh, I remember. They're not empty. The crude oil's in there. It's just I haven't turned them on because of the mangrove roots. That's right, because I'm conserving my very small amount of 5.4 million millibuckets. Anyway, let's go over to the washer here and wash our crushed gold. 16 gold blocks, so we are not quite there. We need another 9 blocks of gold. Okay, you know what? I can just go to the nether for that. That's not that bad. Ooh, a bastion too. You know what? I will loot the bastion. What is this, housing? Seriously, that's it? This sucks. Easy gold blocks, though. Oh, we'll take the gilded blackstone too. That seems like a rare material. I gotta remember that these guys actually do a lot of damage. Of course, I do have great, like, literally great armor on, but still. Ooh, ancient debris. Lots of stuff in this one. More ancient debris. You know what? I just have no idea how to route bastions. But this big thing looks lootable, so I'm gonna try and get in there. Oh, hey, these things. Oh, hello, piglin brute. Goodbye. It's a good thing I know at least that there's normally gold hidden behind these snout blocks. Oh, I guess I am kind of really hard to damage, actually. Ooh, lots of stuff in this one. Nothing I'm too excited to just take, though. I think I remember seeing speedrunners go this way behind that chest. Yeah, and then there's, like, stuff here. Oh, I think I did that wrong. I might have dug down in the wrong spot. That's okay. There's the gold. Oh yeah, look at all these gold blocks. Looks like one bastion was all I needed. I didn't even need to mine the couple stacks of netherite ore. Wait, piglin roots do 1/2 part of the damage to me? Summer's actually cracked. Prot 5's goaded. Oh, even more gold and ancient debris. More smithing templates. Oh, actually, I should probably take the banner pattern. I don't think I have that yet. Big step. Let's go. That's a nice one. Hey, I think it's time to make my triumphant return back to my base. Just putting my excess stuff away right before I fill up the necessary gold. To be fair, I only needed 9. Actually, let's just do the checklist again. Yeah, that's everything checked off. Ooh, ore doubling. Smelt it and you get a single ingot, but crush it and you get 2. Or functionally 2 anyways. Few extra blocks of gold from like a 5-minute nether trip is actually pretty awesome. And my storage system is full again, of course. Now, I think I'm going to want to print my airship over here where I've got a ton of space. First off, before we print, shout out to backpack and schematic cannon compatibility. Because look at the huge number of items we've got inside of this diamond backpack with 2 stack upgrades. And then just some regular chests for the rest of the items.
but I am ready to finally print my starter base. Yes, that's right. All of this stuff you see before me is the pre-starter base. It's like the prequel to the starter base. Because this is all still technically episode 1, even though it's extremely long by now. All this stuff, this is just part of the starter base. This, what I'm going to be printing now, is the starter base. Well, I hope you guys are as excited as I am to see this. And let's start printing. And there we have it. There's my aeronautics starter base or starter ship. Now, unfortunately the schematic cannon does not print ropes, so I'm gonna have to add the ropes. But other than that, it looks like my starter base is up and ready now. Yep, I got all my rooms for my create components I can put in there. I'm definitely gonna have to re-add the sails there. Looks like they didn't print. Okay, I've gathered a little bit of materials, and now I should be able to completely rebuild all of these propellers. I guess this is one thing I do have to consider, which is it will be spawning mobs while it is unassembled. Back propeller's done. And now the side propellers are done. Now I just need to go up and do the back propeller, which actually might be a little hard to reach. It looks like my redstone system printed. It didn't show up in the replay file, so I was a bit worried about that. Oh, that's right. I can test it up here. There is the main propeller, I think. We'll see if it works. Now, before we take off, let's check here and see if this works. Okay, so we're forward ticks up. It goes down. Reverse ticks up. Space increases lift. Shift decreases lift. Right goes up. Then it ticks down and left goes up. Okay, that's pretty promising. Then I'm pretty sure I've got a startup button as well. I'll have to go check my controls really quickly.
Head into the underbelly, the engine section. It does actually require like 2 engines. Ooh, that might need to be fixed as well, actually. Okay, good to know. Okay, the steam engines have their arms now. And then I believe I need to, yep, I need to get my water bucket in here. And then I also need to get lava buckets in here for my power setup. I do actually want to make it a physics object before I do that though, just in case something goes wrong. Or it just catches fire, even though it didn't catch fire in any of my testing. Oh, that's right, and I need to put fuel in here. Okay, so I need to get fuel, lava, and water. Honestly, not that hard of stuff to get. But first, of course, here comes the test. Physics assembler. Okay, that's pretty promising. Yep, we are now on the ground. Doesn't look like anything fell off. Okay, that's really promising, actually. Craft up a bunch of rope couplings, which might not even be enough, actually. Oh, well, hopefully that's enough rope couplings. Quick nap to get rid of all the mobs before I head back over there. We'll grab a bunch of mangrove roots, use them for fuel. There we go, I've got a few lava buckets as well. Okay, first off, let's try and repair all these rope couplings. Oh, we've got our ropes on this side in now. Ropes on this side are in. Now we just need to do the lower ropes in the middle. Well, that seems like enough ropes. For now anyways. Wait, let's check this out. This should work. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, let me fix this too. Okay, so it looks like these need to be re-glued, maybe? Who am I saying maybe? Yeah, they need to be re-glued. Should be this to this, this to this to there to there. Go up top. Connect that to that, and that to that. Now it should work. Yeah! There we go. Now we've got our opening floor doors, which is nice. Drop down. I do have item vaults in here. They're not doing anything. They're just sort of like my ballast. They're like weighing stuff down, but I could use them for storage later. And I was thinking of potentially turning this floor to open up and like have an elevator to go down to the ground. But for now, I don't need any of that. So first off, let's put our water buckets in. That's 1 engine. That's 2. Now to go fill up the lava systems. I also forgot that I needed to put in a water bucket here too to just power that so that there's a little bit of lava getting pumped out. Well then first off, looks like I'm going to have to break in here to put down some lava. Oh, lava is pumping in, but I need to go get even more lava buckets. It looks like the bottom layer of lava is filled in now. Now to just fill in the top layer. Oh, that's right. There's only 1 layer of that. Forgot about that. Now, that should be enough lava to fully power all the engines autonomously. Or, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Okay, if I click on this, yes. Okay, yeah. I want to be able to see my lava capacities. And this is my backup fuel tank, which I can fill externally if I need to. But for now, this is going to be the main tank, and it is filling up nicely. So now I just need to fill the starter materials, which go in here. These are used on startup, so this will depower when I use this. It'll depower this clutch. This will start spinning, and it'll start slowly turning on the machine, putting water in, getting the lava buckets going. But it also shuts down all the external stuff, like powering anything else, so that it's not overloaded with the 1 engine. And all these mangrove roots I collected earlier are now really useful here, because they're great for just a very short period of time powering things, and that's exactly what I need, and I got a bunch of them in bulk. Now let's go ahead and put 1 lava bucket in here. and put one here. So that once I finally do decide to start powering things, I should be good. Now, notably, I am probably going to want to let this power get up to like 9 to 18 buckets first before I start it up so that I can fully power everything. So I'll just wait for this to fill up a little bit and then get back to y'all. Okay, this is taking way too long. I do not have the storage space or the time to be waiting for this to be filling all the way up from like dripstone lava production. Let's start this farm up and let's see if it works. It's good to see that my airship has not burned down from the lava, even though I was there for a while. Okay, let's take a seat. Hit the startup sequence. There we go. It's starting to slowly pump the lava and stuff in. And then once those get going, it should take over. Yes, so now it's much stronger. Well, let's pick this up because it might not be the right... No, it looks right. Okay, let's go down there and see what's going on. That's the wrong level. I gotta get used to this. Okay, so it's running. Something's wrong with the buckets. Okay, I think it might be this, actually. Yeah, this is not hooked up to that. Dang it, that means I've gotta redo this whole mechanical arm. Because it's not depositing the bucket. What about this one? This one looks like it's working. Yeah, this one's at full speed. This one is not. It does suck, but I do actually have to fix this, so... Luckily, I should be able to do it like this. Where'd that bucket go? There it is. Put the bucket there. Yep, so it comes out right. So we'll do that. Deposit items there. Take items there. And then deposit into all of these. Put that down. There we go. Now it's automatically refilling them. Just make sure it does every single one while I'm here. And then let's extend the boiler. There we go. Now we've got extra stress units. Not sure if that boiler not working had anything to do with all this stuff. Well, let's pick this up, put this one down. That's weird. Why aren't the Nixie tubes working? We're floating at a weird angle, too. Okay, now we're really floating at a weird angle. What is going on? Why are we rocking back and forth like this? Why are we so high up, too? Oh, I have a feeling these Nixie tubes are just not working right now. Yeah, why are these up so high? No, 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 no. That's not what I want. Wait, am I only using one engine, too? Where's the other engine? Oh, yeah, okay, so this one's for lift, and the other one is for all the other stuff on the ship. Okay, good. It looks like even though the Nixie tubes aren't working yet, I can still control the ship. And it looks like we've bumped into... Oh, that's what tilted us last time. We crashed into the ground. That's really not good, actually. Let's try to get ourselves back up at least a little bit, please, please. No, please do not tip right now, please. No. No, 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 no. Okay, we're righting a little bit. Let's try and go a little bit forwards. Phantoms, not now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, these phantoms are so annoying. Okay, those are going the wrong way. That's going the wrong way. Okay. Looks like everything might be inverted, actually. Okay, our ship is slowly righting. Those look like they're going the right way. Well, not quite. Those are going the wrong way, but that's going the right way. So that's terrible, because that tells me that I gotta reverse those or something. I think I might have to reverse these two, because I think they're also going the wrong way. Okay, looks like we will need to try to ascend a little bit higher. Now let's lower down, because now we're... think we're on the flat section? Why is everything reversed? Why is everything breaking? Oh my goodness, this sucks. What is going on with this thing? And now it's nighttime too. Great. There's my bed. Okay, so first off, let's try to fix these. Now they're going the same way, I think. Oh no, wait, don't tell me that some of the gold blocks didn't attach and that's what's messing everything up. Oh, that's exactly what happened. No. I can't get high enough to get up there. It's like I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh no, now the ship's going upwards. I gotta actually go catch it. Okay, we managed to get the side ones to stop spinning. But now we're just reversing because everything's the wrong direction for some reason. Of course, it doesn't render either. Distant Horizons likes to render in front of my plane or my airship, so that sucks. Now, if we bring it down, we should hopefully still. Oh, nope, we got caught on the one thing in the sky again. Okay, this should be good enough. We're breaking in through the top. And I missed. Great. Okay. At least technically now there's no air in this airship, so. Okay, well, these Nixie tubes look like they are working. Okay, good. This rope looks like it's good enough to get me up here. Now let's see if it works. I think I've successfully rebound everything. Okay, yeah, that looks right. Okay, the controls are working. Now I just need to make sure that everything's actually going in the correct direction. And fix the hole I made in the roof. Let's also go ahead and reattach these gold trapdoors. And add some honey again. Yeah, I'm one trapdoor short for some reason. I'm just gonna craft a new one and put it back. Okay, I just fixed the left and right propellers. Now I just need to go and try and fix the front and back propellers. Okay, now let's try it again. Forward a little bit. That one's going forward. And those ones are going forward. Okay, now we should be good to go for a test flight. We'll up my render distance too while I'm at it. Because you do genuinely need a huge render distance to be able to fly this thing. Okay, 9, we've got liftoff. Just barely though, we'll go up to 10. We'll try turning left a little bit. Turn left the full a bit. Decelerate a little bit. Reverse. Okay, you know what? Before I go for a test flight, I gotta get rid of that dirt pillar. Like, come on. Oh, I just realized by jumping to take down that pillar, I forgot that my airship is a little too high. Luckily, I have a second link typewriter which has the exact same control, so even if it's not on the machine, it should be able to lower this airship. It should be anyways. Okay, it's not for some reason, which means I have to actually get up there again. Okay, I somehow managed to get up. Now let's take it for a test drive. There we go. We're rising. Now let's turn around and circle my base. It is nice to see it in the air though. I can't like look down at it though because it just the ground renders in front of it and it disappears. Like you can really see it with that line in the horizon. Oh, now it's working. And I can't like zoom in at all either. We can go pretty fast though, faster than like a boat on water in Minecraft, like a normal one. Our base looks so small compared to our ship. Even that huge flat section I built is like barely enough to land this thing. Okay, I've got to try and get to 32 render distance, even if it really slows down my game. Because this is one of the only ways to actually look at my ship. I don't like this perspective very much. Oh yeah, I'm taking thumbnail shots now, by the way. Alright gamers, I think I've finally done it. I finally had the perfect start in Minecraft Create Aeronautics. I've got myself my giant starter ship behind me, or starter base. I've got my infinite lava source. Well, I had villager, like a villager breeder there, but they all died. And then I have an iron farm there. I had a bunch of villagers here, but they all mysteriously died. I managed to create myself a nice little mine shaft thing. I built a small processing setup for crafting. I built an oil pump jack. I built a full blaze burner with my infinite lava source. I built a semi-automatic tree farm. I built a mangrove propagule farm. I built like deployer setups so I can make like precision mechanisms or engines and train tracks. I built a full crude oil processing setup and storage tank for fuels. I built a washing setup. I built another little airship. I built an enchanting section and I built a mob farm. I built a lot of stuff in my perfect start here. Sure, I didn't get around to making mine colonies, but you know, the focus of this was Create Aeronautics, so we're starting as the perfect start with Create Aeronautics. Now leave a like and leave a comment if you want to actually see a part 2 to this, and I am going to try to play around with some mods and make things a little bit less buggy, a little bit less laggy, because right now I'm definitely encountering a lot of bugs and a lot of lag as I play through this. So I'm going to try and fix that, but I might break it when I fix it, which is why I've been postponing fixing the mod pack, because I don't know if me trying to fix things is just going to make it break and be completely unplayable. So I wanted to at least finish the video before I went and did all that stuff. So I am going to try and make a second episode. If, you know, this gets to like 10 likes or something. But I actually have a really bad feeling that I'm gonna try to fix it. I'm gonna completely break this, so I can't even like play the game anymore. So don't be surprised if this is the only episode. But I am gonna try to make a second episode, and I am gonna be trying to get up to something a little ominous. Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe. See you all next time.